there is one thing that I wish I knew when I was in my early 20s, it would be, what is the spotlight effect? Have you ever walked into a room and instantly just noticed eyes on you, wondering if people are analyzing and judging your every single move that you're making? The truth is they're actually not, and it's actually called the spotlight effect, and it's probably holding you back more than you think. Today, I'm gonna help you understand this powerful psychological phenomena, but more importantly, how you can break free from the illusion, stand in your power, and live with peace in mind. So why does the spotlight effect happen? We're gonna do a quick psychological dive in here. Well, this happens because we have something what's called an egocentric bias. And what our egocentric bias is, it's our brain's wiring to see the world through our own specific egocentric lens. We're always aware of what we're doing, so naturally, it's fair to assume that everyone else is also aware of what we're doing as well. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like you're walking around with a spotlight that's shining on you at all times, that's highlighting every mistake you made, every awkward situation you've been in, every wrong thing you've said, and it keeps you trapped in your own head. So you see, as humans with an ego, we are constantly living in our heads 24/7, meaning that you're constantly self-focused. You're thinking of what other people on the outside are thinking of me. But when the ego gets way too out of line, we start thinking, what did this person think of me? How did I show up in this situation? What consequences am I gonna face now if this person views me in a certain way? It's normal for our own psychological ego to pick up on these things and assume that other people are picking up on them as well. The truth is, everyone's actually caught up in their very own spotlight to even recognize yours. When I first learned about the spotlight effect, another thing that I also really thought kind of helped kind of tie into this is there's a version of you that exists in everyone else's head. Again, you live in your own head 24/7, and everyone else also lives in their own head 24/7. If you understand how projection works, from internal to external projection, that the way people see you is actually an egocentric bias of their own experiences, their own belief systems, just their own thought biases, and it's being projected into an image of what this person believes to be onto you. And every single other person, whether it's your mom or your dad, your friend, a classmate, they're all gonna have their own unique view of you. Your mom or your dad or your parent is gonna look at you completely different compared to how a classmate or a friend looks at you. Doesn't matter what all these other people think, because these are all different versions of you that aren't actually the real you on the inside. The real you on the inside is only who you choose to show up as, who you choose to be. Have you ever seen the SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob, he's got bad breath and then he thinks he's ugly because people don't want to be around him because of his bad breath, but he really thinks he's ugly? That is a good example of an actual modern day spotlight effect. But what does he do to overcome it? He says, I'm ugly and I'm proud. He's under the illusion of his own spotlight that he thinks he's ugly, even though it's just his bad breath that is driving people away. He owns it, and he says, even if people see me in a certain way, I know that I'm beautiful on the inside, and I'm gonna show up and say, I'm ugly and I am proud. When you own your weirdness, when you own your flaws, when you own your awkwardness, that's authenticity, and it's relatable, and people like that. Okay, why is the spotlight effect holding you back? It can create social anxiety, pressure to perform. It can cause overthinking and self-doubt. Another thing too is it can keep you from speaking up and doing what you're supposed to do in this life. If fear is in my body and fear is in my mind, and it is a limiting belief barrier that I need to break through, that I need to punch through, the spotlight effect can keep you from taking action to do that. This is complicated stuff, so if this does make sense to you, please leave a comment and let me know how this actually showed up in your actual life. All right, next up, these are 5 powerful shifts you can make to overcome the spotlight effect. Shift number 1, people aren't thinking about you as much as they think. Just let it hit. We've already talked about it in the video, but that's gonna be the first thing. People aren't thinking about you as much as you believe they are. Shift number 2, your imperfections build connection. The things that make you foolish are actually what people relate to. People connect through authenticity, not perfection. I am perfectly imperfect, and people love that. Shift number 3, use self-compassion instead of self-criticism. This one is big. The inner critic. the shadow side of the ego. However you like to call it, there's a million different ways that we can label this here, but I like to call it the inner critic or the shadow side of the ego. And again, it's that voice in your head. Don't show up. Don't be you. Well, what is this person gonna say about me if I do this? Don't take action. That's the inner critic. It's the voice in your head that's saying all these mean things about you. Catch the inner critic and ask it, is this something that I would say about a loved one? Is this something that I would say about someone I deeply love? And if not, toss that shit out of there, because why are you saying it about yourself? If there's any of that, it doesn't belong in your mind. And you know, on a spiritual side, duality in this reality can be tough to navigate sometimes. Yes, there's light and there's shadow, but you can integrate shadow and transmute shadow, and you can exalt it into its most positive form of light, even if it started off as shadow. Shift number 4, separate fact from feeling. Let's do a fact check. Let's do a situation check. Just a very quick example. I talked to a girl at the gym, had maybe a 2-minute conversation, and maybe a part of me thought, wow, this person thinks I'm actually weird because I came up to them and talked to them at the gym about their shoes. After that, I left the conversation feeling embarrassed and ashamed that I talked to a girl at the gym about their shoes. Or was I actually just under my own spotlight thinking that this person thinks I'm weird because I'm talking to him about shoes, and it's my own illusion that I'm under my own spotlight, and in reality, they thought it was actually really cool. Separate feelings from facts. Sometimes our feelings, our emotions, they can get hijacked a little bit, and we're gonna feel certain things that aren't actually true. Our amygdala, just kind of with its own emotional memory, bringing in emotions that we felt in the past, maybe in a similar experience that's coming up and unlocking this feeling to come up and say, hey, remember this happened in 8th grade when you talked to another girl about their shoes and they thought you were weird and now it's coming back to you again? Maybe it's your own spotlight kicking in. Maybe it's the shadow coming up a little bit. Maybe it's some trauma from the past. And the other thing is too, when you're under that illusion, is your focus is in the past or it's in the future, and it's not in the present. If you're feeling anxiety, you're probably having anxiety that this person's gonna think I'm weird in the future. If you're having anxiety before you even talk to this person, maybe it's because something in the past happened that didn't go so well, and it's these similar feelings or emotions that are coming up to protect me from making the same mistake, even if it was an illusion the entire time. But your brain doesn't know the difference. Your brain lives inside your skull, which is a dark black hole, and it just gets all the light that's through your pupils here, along with the emotions that you feel, and many other neuropsychological effects that are really hard to explain, honestly, and don't even have close to enough time in this video. But all of that plays into a role here. Last one, shift number 5, be comfortable being seen. Do small things that can stretch your comfort zone. Every little bit adds up, trust me. Stepping out of the comfort zone, things that brought on a lot of fear, call fear's bluff. That's big. Call fear's bluff. I'm feeling the fear in my body, but is it as real as it actually is? Most of the time it's not. A tip that I've used in my own life to help break out of the comfort zone is fuck being cool. Fuck being cool. Fuck being cool, you guys. Fuck being cool. It doesn't matter. What should matter is you should be cool to yourself. So the spotlight effect, it's a major mind trick, but once you overcome this mind trick, you understand that people actually aren't judging you as much as you thought. It allows you to step outside of your comfort zone, get bigger, stronger, and grow, and walk your authentic life path with freedom and peace of mind. If you liked this video, you're definitely gonna like this video. I'm gonna link it right here. This is the game of life and how to play. Check that one out. You're really gonna like that one. This video is how to win any argument, especially with a toxic person. If you need some help overcoming your shadow, this is the video for you, shadow work. I loved making this video, so I hope you guys liked it too. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.